So this is sort of a chicken or egg type question, and the question is, um, does dysfunctional societies create dysfunctional governments, or do dysfunctional governments create dysfunctional societies? And for some reason, this is something that I've been thinking about a lot the last couple of days. I've talked a lot in the past about how dysfunctional our government is and the impacts that it has on society. The grid is a huge thing. Our government is so dysfunctional that we can't manage the day to day operations of running a country and planning for the future the way we're supposed to. And I often tie that to the grid, but there's a lot of things in this country. It's rotting. Our country is rotting because we have a government and a society that fights about ridiculous things that don't matter. We spend a great deal of time bragging about how much money we have, how we're the richest country in the world, when 40% of our roads are considered to be in very poor condition. 40% of our roads. It's, you know, for whatever reason, we're so caught up in culture wars and all this other stuff. It's like the house is burning down around us or falling down around us. In the latest assessment by the American Society of Civil Engineers, um, across the country, they grade our roads and bridges as mediocre. Mediocre. Bridges have a national grade of C, and roads have a national grade of D. And the reason I'm talking about these things is because these are just basic things. You need roads. You need roads for society to function. That's a thing. You need bridges for society to function. That's a thing. And we can't even maintain, and this is a number, I'm going to have to pull it up here just to make sure I got the right number. Where's this at? In the United States, this blew my mind. According to the American Society of Civil Engineers, our roads and bridges are $3.7 trillion underfunded. There's a $3.7 trillion gap between where we are and where we need to be. And there's no chance we're doing that. There's no chance there's going to be legislation passed to fix all that. And the infrastructure bill passed by the Biden administration, there was a lot of fanfare. It was huge. It was this big deal. The truth is that was a drop in the bucket. It was a drop in the bucket to what we need. Roads, bridges, grid. Roads, bridges, grid. How about water supply systems? The average American, we're out here, and this is how silly we look, at least in my mind. We're out here, we're wanting to throw Donald Trump a parade because gas is, 2 cents a gallon cheaper than it was a year ago. Meanwhile, the average American spends an extra $1,400 a year. $1,400 a year in maintenance on their vehicle due to the roads they have to drive on. $1,400? Like, our priorities are so upside down and backwards and completely out of whack. And it's because we're so dysfunctional. And that begs the question that I initially brought up. Was society this dysfunctional to begin with, or has the government turned us this way? Has the media turned us this way? Because when Donald Trump talks about third world countries, I'm thinking, you know what? Apparently, he has no idea what the United States is going to look like in the near future. We are going to be a giant third world country due to failures in our government, due to idiotic issues that we fight about constantly that don't mean anything. Most of the things we fight about don't mean anything. They don't contribute anything to society. They don't take anything from society. Like they're meaningless. It's nothingness. It's stupidness on a level I cannot believe. And we talk about wanting a businessman to run the country. This is not how you run a business. And listen, this is not the Trump administration's. This is not all on the Trump administration. This is a problem going back decades before Reagan. It is unbelievable to me. And all the money flows to the top. We're going to destroy the middle class, and then we're going to destroy the roads they drive on. You're going to go broke driving your car on roads in the United States. Did you know that in Louisiana, almost 27% of all the roads in the state of Louisiana are considered unacceptable to drive on? In Louisiana. It's worse in Hawaii, but you got to give Hawaii a little slack because of the terrain, the geography. It's Hawaii. So there's going to be a lot of roads, 36% of the roads in Hawaii are unacceptable. West Virginia, almost 20% of the bridges. And if you look at the top, 10 states, the worst 10 states for infrastructure, I think it's a 60-40 split. I think it's 6 red states, 4 blue states. All the red states, it's roads and bridges. Except for Hawaii. And the other 3 blue states, it's grid. Maine has the worst grid in the country by far. But we're not keeping up our house. If we're so proud of our country, if we're so proud of this nation that we've built, why are we letting it crumble around us? And what I fear the most is the things we don't see coming due to our incompetence today. Like I can see the failures in the grid coming. Water has been an issue for a long time. Roads and bridges, that's been an issue for a long time. What is the thing that we can't see coming is what I fear the most. And it's going to be something huge. It's going to be something huge. And it's going to be something that people don't even consider. It's probably going to be like a ripple effect of something else. So I'm going to title this video State of the Union. The State of the Union is bad. The State of the Union is very bad. This country, if this country was a house, it'd be a flip. It would be one of those junk houses that somebody trashed and someone had to come along and basically gut the place and rebuild it. That's what this country is. It's a flip. That's what we've turned it into. The carpets are stained. Dogs have eaten holes in the walls and doors. There's cockroaches everywhere. That's this country. And it's a shame. When you look at other countries around the world and cities around the world, it's amazing how clean and beautiful the infrastructure blows your mind. If you see something like that in the United States, it's probably something that was built 70 or 80 years ago. Not likely something that was built in my lifetime. Seriously. This should not be a political issue. We have got to right this ship. We've got to get it together. We're not going to have a country left for our grandkids. It's going to be a crumbling pile of rubble. It's only getting worse day by day. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Really appreciate you guys. Please like and share this video. Thank you guys so much for the ones that watch it all the way through. But let me know your thoughts. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Thanks.